Hello, 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 and good evening. Good Friday evening to everyone. Welcome. My name is Renee Smith, and I would like to welcome you to my virtual book launch for the fifth book in the Freddie series. Freddie Learns the Value of Money. So, for those who are tuning in, just going to give everybody a few minutes to tap on in. I like to start on time, so I'm early as usual. It's 7:01, but we're just going to play a little music while we wait for the people. All right, so we're back. We're giving people a little time to come in. Again, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Renee Smith, and I want to welcome you to my virtual book launch. And today we're going to be featuring the fifth book in the series, Freddie Learns the Value of Money. I'm very excited about this book. Um, it means a lot to me, you know, and I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm originally from Jamaica, so everything that I talk about references Jamaica and my growing up there with my family. And the book means quite a bit. You know, Freddie learns the value of money. And I really wanted to inspire children or talk to children about money. What is money outside of just spending money? What is money? And actually learning the value of money. Because a lot of the time, the most experience they have with money is to spend. And this book really highlights for children how money works and how you spend money, how you earn money. Um, so I'll just give you a little synopsis of the book. So when Freddie's bicycle breaks, he wants to replace it himself. He creates a plan to earn money doing chores. However, Freddie gets distracted buying things he wants and forgets about the bicycle he needs. Will Freddie achieve his dream of buying a new bicycle? So, we walk the child when they're reading through the whole process of wants versus needs. They learn about doing chores. They learn a lot of things when they read this book. Um, and I just wanted to my computer's going wonky. So we just want to talk a little bit about the book. And before we do, I just want to find out where you are. Let us know, drop in the comments where you are, what city and state you're in. This is going to be an interactive, a virtual launch. So even though we're here on Facebook Live or YouTube, whichever way you're joining in, please uh, tag where your city and state is and let us know where you are. Um, we're very excited to have everyone on today. And um, this, as I mentioned to you, this book is the fifth book in the series. And it's a labor of love because, um, my dad, he's an accountant, my mom's an educator. And between the two of them, I really learned the value of money and really how money works. And I can remember growing up as a child that I used to have a little, what we call piggy bank. And I had a red one, a red dog, a red piggy bank dog that I would put my coins in. Mind you, we didn't get paid for chores. You just had to do, you had your assigned chores that you did. And so we didn't get paid for those. You just had to do that. But on a weekly basis, my dad would give me 50 cents. It was a big coin. And he would give me that 50 cents every week. But I wouldn't spend it. I'm a saver. I wouldn't spend it. I would always put it in my piggy bank. And in doing that, I always save because what would happen is at the end of the year, we'd cash out all the coins that we'd saved or paper or stuff in the piggy bank, and we'd go to the bank and we'd cash it all out, and we would use that money to buy ourselves something nice or buy other gifts for our family members. So at the time it was my brother and I. So my brother had a big blue dog. So you can see it's like a big blue one, and mine was a little red one. So we had different piggy banks so we could save. The only difference is my brother used to break into his piggy bank and take his money out. So I was always saving, so I always had a heavy piggy bank. And I want to just say, welcome, Rev. And Rev is from Roselle, tuning in from Roselle, New Jersey. Thank you so much, Rev, for tuning in. So, and please, if you're out there, let us know your city and state. So, you know, that was the idea. So, the same concept of saving, and then being able to spend what you have saved, and also knowing that there is a reward. So if you knew you wanted to get something, you would always save for it. So at the end of the year, I knew I wanted to get, I don't know, what do kids want when they're growing up, right? Um, but I'd always save for whatever it is that I wanted. Um, and the thing of it is trying to get that idea to children now, because a lot of the times as you're growing up, you don't know where your money is coming from. You just know, you say to your mom or your dad, "Mommy, I want a new pair of shoes, or I need a new toy, or I need something," and then miraculously it appears. But you don't know how many hours your parents work to get that to how much hours they work to earn the money to now buy that toy for you. And as you get older and you become an adult, you start to understand. But you don't get those concepts and ideas as a child. So this book, Freddie Learns the Value of Money, really talks to the child about how money works and the value of money, and what you really need to understand as a child. That and Freddie learned that the hard way. He wants to um, buy his bicycle, and he has a little cash, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it," but he gets sidetracked. And not just as a child, as adults, you know, we said we're going to. I want to get the coat, or I'm going to pay for, I'm going to buy a TV. But then you're saving for the TV or just something. I'm just putting that out there. And then you go to the store, and what do you see? You see that new pair of shoes. Hmm. You forget all about the TV that you said you were going to buy, and you buy the shoe, right? And then you come home and you have buyer's remorse. But so something similar happened to Freddie. I'm not going to tell you the whole story, because I want you to go out and get the book and to read it with your young child, or your young adult, because the concepts are not just for children. The concepts for adults and young adults, because if you don't understand how money works, you'll always be chasing money, right? And then Freddie learned that he finds out about doing his chores. He finds out about going to the bank. He finds out um, when you save, what happens when you spend, what happens when you make a withdrawal, and all those concepts are brought together in the book. Freddie Learns the Value of Money. Um, I know some people are out there, so if you want to just drop in the chat, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to drop it in the chat, and we can talk. I want it to be interactive. Um, you know, as an author, I've been writing now and publishing books since 2011. I've been writing for many years, but I've been published author since 2011. And like I said, Freddie Learns the Value of Money is the fifth book in the Freddie series. But my reason for writing children's book are three things: to entertain, inform, and inspire young minds. And I want them to be entertained. So when they read the story, it's supposed to be fun and engaging. Um, I want him to inform them about a particular topic. So in this book, Freddie Learns the Value of Money, we're talking about money. We're talking about how money works. And I want to inspire them. I want them to be able to think about money and then to take the next step. Maybe they follow the path that Freddie took to earn money, whether they start getting chores or they start doing things around the community, because that's what it's really about. Not just you, but as a whole, working in the community and bettering yourself. So we're very excited about the book, and I want to just share with you the other books that I have. We have Freddie Goes to the Beach, Freddie's First Race, Freddie's Good Deeds, and um, there's a what did I do them all already? Freddie's First Race, Freddie Goes to the Beach, Freddie's Good Deeds, and there is a fourth one, but let me just play the video. We'll see. I can't remember. I know. How could I forget the Great Compost Heap? That was my first intro to writing children's book, The Great Compost Heap. And just to tell you a little bit about those books, The Great Compost Heap talks about reduce, reuse, recycle using kitchen and garden waste. And it's a good way to talk to children about the environment and what they can do to help the environment. We have Freddie Goes to the Beach that talks about family. Family's everything, whether it's your immediate family or your extended family. We have Freddie's Good Deeds, which talks about doing good deeds for others, not because you expect anything in return, but because it's the right thing to do. And then we have Freddie's First Rage, which talks about perseverance, working hard, staying focused, and never giving up, and you can achieve your dreams. So those are books. All those books that I've just mentioned to you, they all have a message and a theme for um, your young your young adult. And the book is for children ages 5 to 12. It's really an opportunity for them to learn different ideas and concepts in a way that is broken down for them, that it's something that they can digest easily. And this is something that we want to inspire in our children because, as you know, there's so much going on out there now in the world, and um, we need an anchor, you know? So we want to be able to talk to our children in a way that they can hear. And outside of Instagram and TikTok and um, I forget what the others are, because those are just sound bites, and you know they pop these little information in. But you know, when you have a book and a child can sit with a book, one, it increases their attention span because it takes time to read, and I love to read because it really calms my mind. So for me, reading is important. And, you know, having a physical book in your hand with a child is very important because they're able to read, they're able to sit in one space and just enjoy the book and be in the moment and be able to uh, block out everything else and just focus on the book. And I think that's what reading does. And that's what reading does for me. So I hope when a child picks up the book, not only will they be entertained, but they'll be informed and they can just focus on the book. And just to let you a little bit more about the book. So at the end of the book, we have a savings worksheet. So it's a little help for your young child to understand. We show them how the money works. So in this book, in this example here, Freddie wants a new skateboard, and he also wants some goggles to wear as he's on his skateboard. He wants a helmet, the gloves, and the goggles, the whole shebang, and he wants the skateboard. Now everything totals up to $95. How is he going to do that? So Freddie's going to do some chores so he can earn those monies to pay for his the skateboards and the goggles. And we walk the child through the activities that you'll have to do, how much you're going to earn, and what's your balance, how much you have at the end of each time when you get paid, and whether you add money to it or you take away because you may see something you want, whether it's candy, a book, or something, and you spend that money. So it helps you to track and teaching that concept, because I think sometimes kids don't understand, even as young adults don't understand, that when you're saving and when you take money, it takes a while to save any amount of money, unless you're investing in stocks and your money kind of goes rapidly. But with the stock market, who knows? But um, when you're working and you have an hourly, whether it's an hourly you're paid hourly, or you get paid um, say you're salaried, it still takes time to earn that money. But as you know, that money gets spent really quickly. So we help the child to understand how it works. There are calculations. It shows them how to calculate the money, how to take, to add and subtract. And those are things they learn in kindergarten, adding and subtracting. You still use that here in Freddie Learns the Value of Money. This is very important. Um, I want to um, just say a few words of thanks to a few people who helped with this book. As far as so I have my illustrator, and he's been illustrating my books. He has illustrated all my Freddie books, and that's Somnath Chatterjee. So I want to say thank you to Somnath for helping to bring my vision to life. I want to say thank you to my editor. Um, and I'm one of those people that I have a lot of people. I have readers, so people read it and give me let me know their thoughts on the book. So I want to thank my editor and editors, and I would like to also thank so far all the people who have supported with the book. And I want to also mention one special group of people, and they're at Columbia Bank. And I have to give them a shout out, especially Beth, who is the branch manager at the Roselle Bank at Columbia Bank, because she is the inspiration for the character in the book called Miss Bethany. And um, Columbia Bank, they've been supporting me both personally and professionally. And I had to stop in once the book um, was published to share with them. And as you can see, they all got a copy of the book. They all got their own copies. They were so supportive. So I just want to thank Columbia Bank in Roselle for supporting me. And two thumbs up, ladies. And I also want to, we just have a picture of me doing a little signing of the books. So I just want to say thank you to them. Um, and there's so many people who I just want to say thank you to. My family, of course, my husband, my children, because they're the first ones to see the book or see the idea of the book. I throw the concept at them, and they're like, yeah, 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 yeah. But it all comes together. So I just want to say thank you to them. Um, if you're just logging on, please tell me what's your city and state. Tell me where you're tuning in from. I want to hear where you're from. If you have a question for me, please drop it in the chat. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, let me know where you're tuning in from. I just want to say hi and just be interactive. It's hard to have a conversation with yourself. Sounds like a crazy person. So, drop a few questions in the chat and let me know if you have any questions about the book, about my writing process, about my me being an author. Um, please. Oh, I have one here. So hi, Marissa. Many blessings, Sister Renee. Sending greeting from Mays Landing in New Jersey. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you for tuning in. And Marissa is also a fellow author. So I want to say two thumbs up to Marissa. And I also want to say, because I was remiss in not saying that Reverend Turner, Rev, who was on before, she is also an author. So forgive me, Rev, for not pointing that out. So we have a few authors in the building. Do we have any other authors here, or do we have anybody else who's on? Just drop your city and state. All right, we have some shy people. It's okay. So I just want to say, I want to ask me a question. I feel like I'm just talking to myself here. Um, I'm waiting for the questions. Questions coming. Questions loading. Questions loading. In the meantime, I want to just share that my books are available either on my website at reneesmith.com, and it's RENAEESMITH.com, or on Amazon at and I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. So if you want to purchase a copy of the book, you can. And I want to say, oh, hello, Sister Ruth. And that says, congratulations, Renee. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of my virtual book launch. This is new for me. Usually I have an in person book launch, but because of different circumstances, I'm doing it this way now. But I want to say, you know, we've all been bashing um, COVID and stuff, but it has given us a platform that we can take advantage of. And I'm doing that tonight. So, absolutely. I'm doing a book launch just so that I can meet a few more people and get it out there. And thank you, Rev. I appreciate that. And you as well. Thank you. Um, so I want to say, I just lost my train of thought. Um, that's called old age. Yes. So I wanted to just say the books are available. I'll just share with you where the books are available. I'll give you the link. The book is available. If you click on if you click on the link, if you click on the link, I just put the link in the so you're able to click on that link. It'll take you right to Amazon to purchase a copy of the book. The book is $15, but it has so much in there. And outside of in addition to the worksheet, the savings worksheet, we have the special words for the children so that they're able to, as they're reading, to learn about the the words are incorporated into the story. They have the meaning, so it's easier for them. Because one of the things outside of context clues when you're reading a book, I like to be able to understand the book while I'm reading and not have to run through the dictionary each and every time. So I made the book in such a way that as you're reading, you're also able to understand. And if you don't have to go to the dictionary because we have our special word wall at the back that you can use to get those books, get those words and the meanings. Does anyone have any questions for me? Because I'm talking. I do talk a lot. Um, but I would like to this to be interactive. So if you have any questions about the writing process, about the book, about doing this launch, um, let's see. I've been writing now for or publishing now since 2011. I have 10 books that I've published so far. I have the 5 books in the Freddie series. I have one book which is called Who Turned the Lights Out, and that's a book that I wrote. It deals with homelessness, and it's a non-threatening way to talk to children about homelessness, what it is, and what you can do even at a young age to help others. And then I have a book that I wrote with my mom, Dorian the Baker. And I'm very excited about that because that talks about entrepreneurship as a young child. And it kind of goes hand in hand. It kind of goes in tandem with Freddie Learns the Value of Money, because being a young entrepreneur means that you're able to earn money. And now with Freddie Learns the Value of Money, you know how to save money. So those two books work together to really help the child to understand the value of money. Um, and then my first foray into writing and publishing was my first 2 books, Jamaica's Forgotten Treats, and those are cookbooks. And remember when and remember when is an international award-winning cookbook. So I'm very proud of those. And of course, my last but not least book is my inspirational calendar, which I wrote for my son. Hey, which I wrote for my son when he was going off to college. So we have, there's so much, and that is out there. All my books are available on my website, but they're also available on Amazon, and a few of them are also available on Barnes and Noble. Any questions from the crowd? Come on, don't have me here talking by myself. I want to hear what you have to say. Quick question. I'm not here for long. I'm just here to just share with you my new book. And, you know, I want to say thank you for all those who have purchased copies of the book already. I really appreciate you. Um, oh, here's a question. So the question is, you mentioned that Beth is your inspiration for this book. For each of the other books in the Freddie series, what and who was the inspiration? So, um, we have varying. And I'm inspired by a lot of things when I write. So the first one, and so we have the Great Compost Heap, and there are a few people in the book that when you read it, if you live in Roselle, you'll know who they are, and even if you don't, maybe not. But so we have Mayor Folly, who is the mayor in the book, The Great Compost Heap. And we have Mr. Fran, who is a science teacher. Um, so though that's one person there. Um, in terms of other people, I'm taking creative license. So we have in Freddie First Race, there's Marie, and Marie is my. When I was younger, when I was growing up, I used to run track, and my boys ran track. And the person in the book that's Freddie's friend is Marie, and that's my friend. That's my oldest and dearest friend, Anne Marie, and she lives in Jamaica. But also, and I should, you know what? I should start with Ruth. That's a good question. So Freddie is um, that's the name they used to call my husband when he was growing up. So they always used to say, "You ready like Freddie?" And so Freddie is the name of my husband when he was growing up. So there are a lot of different inspiration pieces and bits and pieces from my life that if you know me, you'll instantly get it. But though I just sneak a few things into the book um, when I'm um, when I'm writing, just to like in Freddie's first race on page 31, it says "Go light, buddy, go." So when I was in high school, we have different houses for sports, and Light Buddy was my house, my sports house. So if you know me or you know me from my past or earlier when I was growing up, you'll see certain things in there. So that's a good question, Ruth. Um, Lots of inspiration, lots of things that I pull from my community and my surroundings to put into um, my stories. Um, what's next? Um, I'm always working on a new project, so I won't tell you what it is yet. You'll just have to wait until it comes out. But in the meantime, make sure you get a copy of the one that's available now. Freddie's learns the value of money. I see another comment coming through. Oh, and Ruth says, awesome. Thank you, Ruth. Um, let's go back to just want to share. So this is thank you so much for all who are here and you tuned in. I don't know why I keep coming off. Um, I want to say thank you to everyone who logged in and participated in this virtual book launch. I appreciate you. Make sure you get a copy of the book. The book is also in the oh oh, I'm getting more questions. I'm trying. I'm feel like I'm running away, but the questions are coming in. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy. Yes. So Marissa asks, so beautiful to know the background stories of your characters. What gave you your inspiration for your characters? So each book, it depends on what the story is about. So in Freddie Goes to the Beach, the characters in here, of course, you have Freddie, but then you have Ron and Junie, and Ron and Junie are um, my cousins. So his name is Ronley, and my cousin's name is Lejeune. So I don't necessarily put their full name in there. I use a version of the name in there. And one of the things is that I like to go to the beach. So those are the two characters in here. We have in Freddie's Good Deed, we have Miss Helen. And I'm not sure how I came up with Miss Helen, but I think I just like the name, really. And and then we have Robbie. So we have I just though that book in particular, funny enough, I can't remember where those I don't know if I had a specific idea of pulling those characters from, but all the other books they have someone who is it's close to. But there are elements in the book that are familiar to me. So yes, those are the inspiration for those characters. And I each book I don't know, it depends on the theme, you know? So um with um like I said, in Freddie Goes to the Beach, we had Miss Bethany, and that was from the branch manager at Columbia Bank, and her name is Beth. So, I kind of snag things from here and there, and it makes more sense. I know she was very happy when I told her about that. So, thank you, Beth, for being a part of my journey, because not only is she supportive of me personally, but she's also supportive of me professionally. Um, you may or may not know I own a nonprofit organization where I work with authors and I help to support them by promoting them through various events. And they support me so I can support the authors. So thank you, Columbia Bank. Yes. Any other questions about the book? Maybe about me? Or anything else? The process? We talked about the characters, the inspiration for the books. And in terms of inspiration, for me, it comes from what I see going on around me. So it sparks something in me, and then I write. And I don't like to force it because then the story takes a while. So this book in particular, Freddie Goes to the Beach, when I first wrote it, because I published this book last year, and when I published, the book had been written at least 2 or 3 years before. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 years. I had the story, but I kept saying to myself, "What is the message? What am I trying to? Who am I trying to inspire? What am I trying to say?" And I wouldn't publish the book. I couldn't finish the story because I couldn't figure out what it is that I wanted to say to the child. When the child read the book, what was it I wanted them to get from the book? So um, I wanted to make sure that it had a message. And until then, I didn't publish the book. Marissa said, "How did you come up with the illustrations?" So as I'm writing the story, I already have the idea of what I want to project onto with the illustrations. I know that I wanted, say, for instance, with Freddie and the beach, I wanted them to be in the water. So the illustrations align with the story. So and I call them illustrator notes. So when you read a story, instantly I'm like, I know when they're in the beach, I want them to have the 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 water calm or whatever it is, and then I instruct my illustrator to do that. So I give him the notes on how I want things to look. Um, I hope that helps. I hope I explained that. um, and I see some more people are coming in. Just tell me where you're tuning in from, your city and state, if you can. Don't be shy. Come on, tell me what your city and state is. I want to know who is here, who is talking to me. This is a very interactive. As you can see, we have questions coming in from the audience. So definitely, um, you know, definitely. Oh, we have Annie. Annie is from Florida. Hey, Annie, how are you? Thank you for joining and being a part of the virtual book launch for Freddie. Freddie Learns the Value of Money. And this is one of the reasons that I had this virtually, because there's no way if I had it in person that Annie would be able to be a part of it. So thank you, Annie, for participating in the virtual book launch of Freddie Learns the Value of Money. And I also want to just drop in the chat again. Here is a link to purchase the book. It's available on Amazon. You can get it with Prime next day. It's a very good opportunity for children to learn about money and how money works. So definitely let them get that book for them. Any questions? Again, I just want to say thank you. I just want to share. So we have other books in the series. I'm just going to play a short clip for you about the books. And all right. So those are the other 4 books. They're all available on Amazon. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of this virtual book launch. I hope that you'll be able to get a copy of the book. And when I do get out there on the road, that I can sign it for you. Come into a city near you. Yes, I love that. Thank you, Annie. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I really appreciate you. And you being here and supporting me gives me the energy that I need to go on to write the next book. So, oh, hi Evelyn, how are you? So, hello to everyone. And did you have any questions for me, Evelyn? Annie, speak now. Annie says she is fabulous. Yes, you are. And Evelyn. So thank you again. I just want to share where the books are available. The books are all available on Amazon.com. They're also available on my website, ReneeSmith.com. I dropped the link in the chat. So if you click on the link, it'll take you and you can purchase a copy of the book right now. Thank you so much for all your support. Everyone who has purchased copies of the book already, I really appreciate you. This is a labor of love for me. I really enjoy writing books for children, and it doesn't even feel like work. Annie says your books will be great Christmas gift to get the kids reading again. Absolutely, Annie. I thank you for that. I appreciate that. So again, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Get your copies. Thank you again. I don't want to belabor the point because some of you were on since we started at 7 and it's now 6:45. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with me. If you have any other questions, please feel free to hit me up on my website. It's ReneeSmith.com, ReneeSmith.com, or you can just go to Amazon and get your copy of the book. I would appreciate it. So thank you, everyone. And I will see you all soon. Thank you. Da-da-da. Getting my ducks in a row here. Bye, everyone. Take care. Get your copy of the book, ReneeSmith.com or Amazon.com. Have a good night.
Bye.